Hello, I'm Arnold Naidu in Washington. The main story is brought to you by Al Jazeera. Palestinian officials say they'll pull out of direct peace talks if Israel announces the construction of new settlements. Negotiations are scheduled to start on September 2nd and are expected to last about a year. US officials say they're anxious to get started despite the many difficulties ahead. Noor Day has the latest reaction from Ramallah.
What we hear from senior officials who have really given a lifelong commitment to negotiations is that they don't see a real partner in the Israeli government, which we have to remember is really the most right-wing government Israel has seen, at least since the beginning of the Oslo peace process, since the beginning of negotiations between Palestinians and Israelis. So a lot of skepticism, not many smiling faces, and on the ground that sentiment is a lot higher in tone, if you will, among ordinary Palestinians who have to deal with the reality of occupation that makes politics all the more complicated.
UN member states have pledged more than $200 million in aid for Pakistan. It comes after the Secretary General Ban Ki-moon made a new appeal for emergency aid to help reach a target of $460 million. Islamabad has also accepted $5 million in aid from India in a rare expression of goodwill between the neighbors. In Haiti, several dozen presidential hopefuls are waiting to find out if they qualify to stand in November's election. Election officials have told Al Jazeera the list of eligible candidates has not yet been finalized. That's despite a Reuters news agency report that the musician Wyclef Jean failed to meet the 5-year residency requirement to run for office. On Thursday, Jean met with Haitian President René Préval and said he was confident of a ruling in his favor. Around 25,000 people in southern Sudan have been displaced by fresh attacks by the Ugandan rebel group, the Lord's Resistance Army. The LRA are moving in small bands throughout the heavily forested border area between southern Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo. The United Nations is warning the attacks could paralyze the region's main areas of agricultural production. And those are our top stories. Don't forget you can keep up to date with all the news on our website, and that's at aljazeera.net/English.